Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And it is a beautiful day on the outside, cloudy, but there's no need to fret. You've got all the sunshine you need. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner, and we are powered by Blab TV. And today, I gotta say this, first of all, we are celebrating history. We're celebrating legacy and the power of storytelling for our children. Have you ever heard a story about Pensacola? Come on now. Well, listen to this. Let me tell you what's happening. It's going to be something talked about today, right here. And I want you to get ready because there's so much that I'm finding out that went on in Pensacola. And we're shining a bright light on the incredible new children's book, yes, that happened right here. A Kid's Guide to Black History in Pensacola. This is it's an inspiring book that give all the readers a valuable insight into the people, the places, and the powerful moments right here in our own community. And that's what helps shape history. And joining us this morning are two brilliant authors, Dr. Vincent Wiggins and Dr. Sharon Gaston. We're here to share the inspiration behind the writing of this book and give us a sneak peek into the exciting follow-up that's coming up soon. And I want to say to you, to the parents, educators, to our young leaders, this conversation is for you. So get your cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and don't move. You don't want to miss this one. Let me say, welcome into my sister. Good morning, doctor. And how are you, Sharon? How are you?
Good morning. I feel fabulous, and I feel blessed being here with you.
Oh, you girl, me and you both. And of course, Dr. Vincent, this is my first time. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
I tell you, thank you so very much. You know what? I can't wait to get into this story to find out, because I call it what happened right here. Mm-hmm. And you know the part that really gets me? It's about the children. This is how we plant the seed.
That's right.
Okay, and when I say that, my mind rolls back to, I gotta stop and say this because we lost a leader this morning, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. He transitioned. Yes. And you said something before we went on camera.
Yes, I was saying that this gentleman this morning on CNN was saying how Jesse Jackson ran for president in '84.
Right.
He passed at 84 years of age. And he died during Black History Month.
Come on
so
now.
He will be elevated.
Yes, he is.
Can't help but talk about the brother.
I mean, Operation Push is still in effect.
Yes.
I mean, isn't
That's
that beautiful?
Right.
And I think about that when we talk about these things like this, and some of this, I got a thought process that just ran through my head. Even the fact that we're talking about him transitioning, and look at the transition we're making today, talking about history,
Yes.
that we're going to have a legacy to still live on. Because I always ask of people, right? We look at all of those we were talking about, Dr. King, Reverend Abernathy, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and all of these people, right? They left us a legacy.
Yes, they did.
But what are you leaving?
That's what we're here to
That's
talk
what we're here to
today.
talk about.
That's right.
So, I mean, this is a great thing. I mean, now, this is Black History Month. And I love the fact because when I know you know what I love about her?
What is that?
She's so energetic.
Just a little bit.
I love that energy she has, right?
Yes.
And when it comes out something that she believes in and something from the heart, you see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to turn it over to you and let's talk a little bit let's remind everybody about you. Oh, yeah.
Well, hometown girls.
There you go.
You know, I grew up here. I came here at the age of 10. My father was military, so we were here. And I grew up in Pensacola.
That's right.
And I have classmates that are right here. Vincent and I went to elementary school together.
Really?
And the other author who wasn't able to be here today, Bridget Price, she also went to elementary school with us, and we went to Workman and Booker T, Washington, Wildcats in the house. We got some Wildcats here supporting. And we've stayed connected, though, and I value those friendships. But we always talked about how things that we didn't learn about in school when we get together.
Exactly.
And that's something that I love history.
That's right.
Little things about that because I wrote the book, got to plug it.
Thou
Shalt Never Quit about General Daniel Chappie James. And I also see they are finally dedicating a day to him February 11th.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. The history is
Yes,
growing.
yes.
Yeah, the
You know,
history
it is really,
growing.
really growing. You know, you said something there, and I have to get these thoughts, you know, Vincent, when I get there, because sometimes they go fast.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the fact that you're writing a book about history that's not being taught.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very transparent when it comes to us being real about what's happening in the world today, what's trying to be taken away. And this is why it's so important.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is why it's so important
Yes.
that we have people such as yourselves to continue with our legacy, with our history.
That's right.
Because history today wouldn't be history
Nope.
No.
without Black history.
That's right. And that's why we call
Yes.
it gems.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, go ahead and talk about that.
Okay, well, I'll let
Come on,
Dr.
Vincent.
Vincent talk. Bring
Did
him
you
in.
throw me in like
I
that?
threw him
all right.
in like that.
So
Yes,
one of the
I
things
did.
that I think is very important is talking about the gems. So when I was little, my sister was here, Cynthia Crow, brought up the importance of thinking about the people in our neighborhood. So when we go to history class, you have a history book that's saying, well, back in such and such and such and such. Tell me about something I can relate to. So this is being learner-centered, having a way of saying you see yourself in history. So
Exactly.
be a part of history. And I think that's very important for us to understand.
Most certainly.
And that gets lost. Because like you said, our history is history.
That's it.
And there's a lot of history with our history. But
Exactly.
what happens to our history? It gets buried.
That's right.
And that's why we talk about discovering those gems again, because they oftentimes get lost.
That's right.
You said couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
Because I am such an advocate for our younger people. Because nowadays, if we don't make sure they get it,
Yes.
I gotta be real.
Yeah.
If we don't make sure they get it, they won't get it.
They
Right.
won't get it.
Right.
We are the teachers who are living this every day. And ladies and gentlemen, you know I talk about this every single day. Yes, we live Black history every day.
Every day.
So therefore,
Yes, we
we're
are.
going to talk Black history every day, because that is something you cannot just bury and say that's what used to be.
That's
When
right.
it's going on right now.
That's right.
It's happening right
That's
now.
it. That's it.
That's correct, and that's why we came up with that. Happened here,
Right.
Vincent, Bridget, and I. We have, like, for the past, it's almost 2 years,
2 years,
we've been
yes.
on the phone with each other. We have these Zoom calls, and we've been doing research on things in Pensacola.
Okay.
You know, Black history. And that's when we were like talking, that happened here. In the book, we highlight about Brown Barge Elementary School
Yes.
that we went to. Brown Barge was named after 2 Black women.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yes, he have it here. Let me make sure I'm saying her name correctly too.
And we didn't know when we went there.
Yes, we
So
went
that's
there,
why
and they
the
didn't
gems are-
tell us any of that. Yes, Gertrude Smith Brown and Havana Eva Jones Barge. They were Brown Barge, and they were named during the Jim Crow era.
Yes.
They named that school after them, and we went there every
And
day
you
as
didn't know.
kids, and there were no pictures up of them or anything.
How many knew that? I'm talking to our viewers.
Yeah.
How many knew that?
And that's what we were like, what? Hell, we went to that school and now, like, it is a magnet school now, but I hear that they are, because during the research we found, they are teaching the children the history behind the name of that school. And what's her name? Eva Jones Barge, her brother was the first principal of Washington High School. His name was Avery Jones. I found that in the research too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That happened here?
That happened here. That happened here.
Exactly.
And it was A.M. Devon. That was a school somewhere on Chase Street. It's a black school. And they were both principals at that school. Yes!
Right here.
A.M. Devon,
Right here, yes.
somewhere on Chase. And so the history is here. And a lot of this we found when we did a field trip all around Pensacola. And I could turn that over to Vincent.
Come on, Vince.
So
send out the
we
field trip.
always get together every once in a while because we don't all live here, but this is still our home.
Of
So
course.
when we get together, we just like brothers and sisters and we go explore things. So this time we decided to go around to Bruce Beach.
Bruce
to
Beach.
all those other places that are history around here, even down in the district right downtown where the first African American free woman house is. So we were just thinking how amazing that this history is right here and we just don't talk about it. Now the thing about the book is we want to create a space for that conversation because I can't
Exactly.
just walk up to anybody and say, hey, did you know such and such? This gives us that space to really have the conversation with children.
Unbelievable. I mean, there are things that that's something I'm thinking, because there's somebody I want you to meet after I talk to you today about what you're finding out what happened in here. I mean, which is so powerful. these are things that I think that as, I know you're an educator, doctor, when you go out and you find these things,
Yes.
how is it being delivered so that our history can be taught
Right.
here, even in the school system?
Right. And I'm teaching this history in Arlington, Virginia,
Exactly.
to my students, because I did focus groups with my 8th and 7th graders, and they're, and I'm like, pay attention and look at this. And I love art, so I have them draw and write a little bit about what you learned about this person. So they're learning it up there.
Exactly.
I teach them about Chappie James. I'm giving books out all the time, at the school, because this history, and it's also something white children, Asian children, children
all
of
need to know.
everybody needs to know
They need to.
their contributions in this land, because they
Exactly.
can see everyone as equals.
Exactly.
I did that. You did that. Your people did that.
That's right.
We're all the same people.
Oh, certainly.
yeah.
Exactly. And that's a
Good
thing that I'm
pride.
so pleased to hear because of the things that are happening now. And I want nobody to fall asleep on that. Because don't fall asleep on that. Because I was watching the news this morning, there was a sign that was even being torn down that should not have
Yes.
been torn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah.
That was taken down without the right permission with all the dates and the names of Black history.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes. But so this is why we as a people have
Yes.
got to do what we're doing to make sure that our voices are heard, that this can't be taken away. And I always say this is what I feel on the inside. If it were not so important, you wouldn't bother it.
Right. That's right. That part right
That-
there. you wouldn't try
bother
to.
it. You
Yes.
wouldn't try to hide it.
Right.
If you knew,
Yes.
you know the power behind this.
Yes.
You know what we are.
Black excellence.
Black excellence. I'll say this, and I love saying this too, because of the fact, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to this melanated skin,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
we are the only race that can produce another,
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
okay?
That right there.
Because you know why it's so many things. I believe that's part of why it wants to be taken away, because we are the only ones that can produce another.
Another. I like how you say that.
Yes.
That's a good book title. Producing another.
But you understand what I'm
Definitely,
saying.
definitely, yeah.
And it's so important. And with the book, okay, tell me about, you educated me today.
Okay.
Talk to me, doctors, about some education I need about.
All right.
That happened right
so,
here.
yeah, that happened here, and we were looking at different titles. We're still, in the process of discovering new things, because the book is going to come out March 30th.
Okay.
That's right
yeah, right around
We're
the
still
corner.
working on it and researching and finding different
finding more
things.
gems.
But the school is based around the Dixon School of the Arts. When
Right.
I first started teaching here, I taught at A.A. Dixon Elementary, and that school is still dear to my heart. I think
Yeah.
about those students that I had and a lot of the challenges that they had. But there's one, the story is based around these 3 kids. It's this Carmen, the boys Demario, and Kayla's from a book that Vincent wrote earlier, and it's his niece's name. But Demario was one of my students. So I said, I'm gonna put him in this book, to pay homage to that little boy who's danced on this last nerve every day in class. But these kids are at the school and they're talking about a Black History show that they're doing, and our teachers, Mr. Edwards was one we had at Workman Middle, I used his name, Miss Celestine.
Miss Celestine Lewis?
Not Celestine Lewis.
Okay.
I can't remember this lady's name, and I hope somebody out there knows her. She was a teacher at...
Look at that camera right
look
there.
at that one. She was a teacher at Brown Barge Elementary School, and I was there from 75 to 76, 77. I know, we telling it. But we proud, because we still Sweet 16 now.
Hello.
Okay? But
Don't nothing get overclocked.
Nothing.
And you
That's
keep
right.
them long enough, they come back in
they
style.
come back all the time, don't
Hello.
they? But she was an English teacher there, and I loved her. And it was like she saw something in me then. You remember those teachers. And she was the first one to put me on the stage. It was like, learn that part you're going to play. What was the girl that spun the straw and they go, blah, blah, blah. But so I talked about that with them. I said, let's use these teachers' names. They were like, okay. But these kids are talking about a Black History program and what their teachers were teaching them. And Kayla, if you can see right here, She goes out onto the playground and she starts sketching because she's an artist. And she's sketching the names of the teachers and making a mural. And, you know, we have Roy Jones, Chappie James, Gussie's Record Shop. And,
Come on.
I mean, we're going
Right
to talk
across the
about
street.
all of, we're going to
Yes,
talk about
yes.
all of that because our next book is going to lead into black businesses and stuff. But this one we kind of focused on educators.
Yeah, just the
and,
beginning.
yeah, the beginning.
And part of it too is we always read history, right? And my family, we talk about history, but it's not focused for children's lens.
Right.
So this is
That's
saying,
right.
here's some
Exactly.
children going out on the playground. If you notice what color is the top?
Yeah, black top.
Black top.
Because we went over there over and over again. It had to be black.
I
black
said
top.
it's gotta be black.
Because that represented what we grew up in. But it really talks about it from a children's view. So when we read history, we have some of the history documented. But how is it written for you as a child to understand?
Exactly.
And you
So
could
it's like
flip
really,
that
so
they
this
can
is
see
just
some of
showing
the
you some of the things that are happening throughout the book.
So these are some of the pictures that are in the book, but some of them may be changed. But I want to zoom in there on those
Right here?
pilots right there. Do you know who
Oh,
those brothers are?
come on now.
Look at those brothers there. Cliff Curtis, Mike Griffin, Craig Abernathy, Mike Folks. I told Mike last night, I texted him, I said, hey, we're going to be talking about y'all and shouting you out because they are black history.
Exactly.
You know, black aviators here, they come and they
Oh, God, yes.
founded
Yes.
the Chappie James Flight Academy, and they're passing those STEM ideas of what children can do
Exactly.
and be. You don't just have to
Exactly.
be a pilot.
Exactly.
You know, so, you know, and then we have Gussie's Records, Ella Jordan, and the different kids talking, Liliana James.
I mean, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen, you see, I'm smiling because I'll tell you, when I first moved here, I had the opportunity to experience Gussie's record. Okay? Her son was there. I met her,
Yeah.
and that's right across the street.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Five Sisters now.
Five
That's
Sisters now.
Gussie's record.
That's Gussie's
Yes.
Records.
I mean, come on now.
I know.
And hear what I found out about this the blocks.
The blocks.
Yes,
That's right.
that's
the
it.
blocks.
Now, rest Papa Rock Soul. Papa Rock used to tell me something about a 501.
Oh,
excuse me.
look at that. That's right.
506.
What you know about that?
right.
That's right across the street. That
That's
Papa
right.
Rock said, well, Sonshine, I tell you, Tyrone Davis, Johnny Taylor, all of them
Yes.
used to come there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that this was a place.
This was the hub. This was a whole happening spot. It was part of the Chitlin circuit.
Exactly.
You know, where black people
Right.
went in different towns and performed, where they could come and they could have a place where they could sleep,
Right.
they could eat. You
And
know, you didn't have to
chicken.
worry about it. And
Yeah.
chicken,
Yeah.
Fourth
Yeah.
Drive-In. I remember Khrushchev
Yeah.
and that little shack over there.
Yeah.
Used to be, get that fried chicken. And then we got to talk about Blue Dots.
That's right.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
we got to take a break. We're talking about things that, do you know that this happened right here? All of these things that we're talking about happen right here. I tell you, I know that you're just as intrigued as I. Be a part of this conversation, 850-432-7768. Right here, we're back with more on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Get a fresh cut and a fresh start at AHW Barber Academy. We focus on growth. Join us at 3822 North 9th Avenue, Pensacola, for a top-notch $6 haircut while supporting aspiring barbers. Our students learn in a real-world setting, guided by experienced professionals to become licensed barbers. Need a cut or a new career? Visit AHW Barber Academy or call 850-692-9298.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
And welcome back to this edition of Sunshine's Corner. And we are talking about history right here in Pensacola. And I'm learning so much. This is class for me today. I mean, come on. I mean, Dr. Vincent, why is it that you chose for the character to be looking through a fifth grade lens? Or why did you choose that?
Because I think it's important for that not to get lost.
Okay.
And as we move and as we are not in the same community anymore, those things are being lost so easy.
Okay.
So in order for someone to feel empowered, they got to see themselves, they got to know the history, they have to know the people whose shoulders they're standing on.
Exactly.
So when we started talking about this, it was like, well, let's make this happen. Because we saw it fading away. So every time, the one thing about this is home, but when you come back and forth, you see things being removed, erased, re-identified. It's like, but people need to know that is your history.
Here.
Exactly.
Right. What was here? Because again, I moved here in Pensacola in 1975, and again, like I was talking about the Chappie James, you drive down Alkanese, and you saw Chappie's First Steps.
That's right.
What's that? My sister and I was like, what's that? Chappie's First Steps. You know, nobody knew that. Nobody taught us that, and you weren't really asking, you know, in school. I never asked a teacher that, or, you know, no one taught that. But now look what it is. It's a museum, and all of this history is being brought back so these kids can understand and know what is happening and what happened before you. And again, like we were talking on the break about Cobb Center.
I did not know that. You see how I'm being educated?
Dr. E.S. Cobb was the first black physician in Pensacola back in, I think, 1918. I can't really remember the dates, y'all. I have to look in the book.
It's okay, but we know he's a black man.
Right. And he went into the service, and then he came back here and opened his practice, and he had a baseball team. It was called the Pensacola Seagulls. He funded out of his own pocket. And they also said, I saw something about the Pensacola Giants, a football team. But I couldn't find a lot of research on that, so I didn't really put a lot about that, but I do want to learn more. But also, he saw in the East Side community that black people there needed to have somewhere where they could exercise and get health classes. And that's how
the
Cobb Center, I think it was 1965 or 67, where it was built and named after him. I never knew that.
Yeah.
It's the Cobb Center to the dances and all of that.
I started my exercise class over
That's
there.
the place. That was the community where we gathered. And we didn't even know the history. It's amazing how many places we are in and don't know that it's part of our history.
You know what, and what's so important about this, and I pray to God that we can get this in our schools, because for our younger kids,
Yes.
you know, right here.
Right
Yes.
here. That happened here.
Right here.
Yes.
So that they will know what happened right here. I think you can tell when a child lights up. When the light bulb comes on,
That's
you
right.
see it in their eyes.
And they lean forward like
Yeah.
this.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Well, that happened right here. But if they don't know,
Yes.
if they don't know,
If they don't know.
how can we expect them to continue the legacy if
Right.
they're not being taught?
That's right.
So therefore, what you're doing is so important.
Thank you.
And I mean, by coming back home, doing the research, coming back home, we're having you on every time you come, so we can talk about it even more.
Okay.
Okay. Now everybody heard that, so we can talk about it even more. Cause we got to keep it going.
Yes.
It going. We're not just going to
Yes.
celebrate Black History in February,
Right.
No.
because it's every day.
It's
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
It's every day.
And that's what I say to the students. I love to get on the announcements and say that Black history is American history,
Yes,
and
it
that's
is.
something that's every day.
Every day. See,
Every
Did you see her mouth?
Every.
I mean, and with all of these pictures here, let's talk. I mean, I love the. What's her name again?
Who? Which
That's,
one? Ella Joy.
that's Kayla.
That's
Oh, that's
Kayla.
Kayla.
And that is.
Demario.
That's Demario.
Demario.
And this is Carmen.
And that's Carmen. Now
Yes,
tell me
Carmen.
about Carmen. Now who's Carmen talking to right there? That there's Miss
Yeah.
Lily James.
Miss Lily. Come on, talk
Yeah,
about
No,
it.
go ahead.
Okay, well, Liliana James, because in the book, Demario's talking about how his father knew the gentleman from the flight academy, and he was going for the summer there, and he was talking, oh wow, and they're going to they said even girls can learn about aviation and STEM. So Kayla checks him and Carmen. Where do you think Chappie James learned all that he knows, you know? And that's when we go into the education about Liliana James and how she had her own school. She established, I believe, back in 1905 or something like that. And she raised Chappie and all her kids through that, and neighborhood schools. And I think we have 2 ladies here who attended. Yes, that attended the school who are here. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we need to. I just can't even find the words to describe how deep are the things that I've been there for quite a while now, and the things that I'm learning. That is so important that we all learn.
Right.
That we don't just take this and hold it in your hand.
Yes.
That's right.
You know,
Share
open
it.
your hand. You got to share this, especially with our
Yes.
young people, so they can continue to share. When it comes to all of the books that you got planned to even come out early, right?
Yes.
Tell us more about that, so we know what we're expecting with that too. You got other projects you're working on.
Yes, we've been talking about focusing on Pensacola businesses, and then we also said about athletes.
And then we're doing other things, like just thinking about the different genres, like around STEM and those type of things. So this is an introduction. One thing I want to go back that Sharon said is it's not about reading, it's about how we work together as a community and how we empower each other. So these 3 children are supporting each other and calling each other out on things. So there's also a subtle message on how do we work together as a community.
Yeah.
And they are inspired by us because we've been together for several decades, and it is not always a smooth journey, but you learn and support each
Especially
other.
fussing trying to get this going, what we
But
got
that's
out.
right. But that's what we
great.
also have to give
That's
that
right.
message, that we are to work together and we have to stick together as a community. So
Why do you think it's so hard for us to work together and stick together? Why do we run into so many roadblocks?
You know, I don't know, but I think that's with human beings, period. Human
Yeah.
beings, period. Well, some people may get mad at, oh, you got what you got. You know, I want that.
What you got?
I
think I love it.
It's just ridiculous how some people can't work together because of jealousies,
And
insecurities, you know, all those types of things.
And things like this, and I'm saying this because I think this is something we need to work on as a people.
Yeah.
Because of the fact, when I think about, we're just talking about with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
I want you to go back even further than that, over 50 years with Dr. King, when there was all of them working together.
I was talking about that with my mom. You
Okay.
about to talk about the I Have a Dream speech,
Yes.
and Dr. Dorothy Height
Yes.
had to come in
Yes.
and say, what was that? Ain't nobody here to see you, Otis.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, they're here for King.
Exactly.
And we need to get behind him because it ain't about us.
That's
Right,
what I'm saying. And this is what I want our community to see, that what we need to go back to.
Yes.
Let's get out of this crab effect.
Yes.
Yeah. Crab effect.
And-
Love
Pull
that.
me down. Pull me down.
Yes.
If you go
And-
up, you want to pull me down.
That's right.
And it
There's
doesn't
enough
have to
room
be.
for everybody.
And that's the thing, it's enough room for everybody.
Enough.
And we are here. We have one of my classmates here because we learned by working together. I wouldn't have been a doctor.
Come on now.
So by us working together, supporting each other, creating that space, that's how you make it happen. You didn't lose anything. I didn't lose
Nobody.
anything.
No.
We both became
Just
people
kept
that
moving
wanted
forward.
our dreams to come true. So we're trying to pay it forward. We want young people to have the same opportunity we had to pay it forward. We've lived it because we went to the old Booker T. Washington
Old
High School.
Booker T.
We had to
Washington.
move all the way across town to the new Booker T.
Where they
Washington High
had the
School.
initials BT this small.
I thought we
Get out of
weren't sharing that.
Y'all so funny. What reactions are you getting from some of the younger people when you tell them this?
Well, I haven't really had a focus group here
Okay.
in Pensacola, but we do plan, because I'm going to reach out to Nicole Dixon at the Black Community Cafe and Bookstore, and we
right.
do plan to have a summer event and have kids and parents come out. 'Cause
Exactly.
I did an event, it was 2 summers ago.
I remember.
Under the Chappie James book, and it was so successful. And so that's what we want to get that. But like I said, the children that I'm teaching in Arlington, they're listening and they're learning.
Yeah.
They could tell you all about this book.
Exactly.
And I'm helping do research too.
There you go. And
and
you know, with the two of you are natives of Pensacola.
Well, I came in '75, but yeah, I was 10, so yeah, I'm a
Yeah, you're a native,
girl.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm a Pensacola
You're a
girl.
Pensacolian, right?
That's right.
How can we get to the schools here?
I know that is a difficult task because of
We
the
have. I
time.
want us to
It's
focus on that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
Definitely.
whoever we got to talk to,
Whoever we have to talk to.
let's
I'm
get
about
these
that.
books in the schools,
Yes. Yes.
in the bookstores,
Yes.
on the shelves,
Yes.
so that we can make sure
That
these
children
young
are
people know
learning.
all of this that happened here.
That's right.
The ones that goes over to the Cobb Center and play basketball, a black man. Come on now.
Yeah.
When you go down to the chapel, general,
Yes.
a black man.
Yes.
A bridge named after him.
Yes.
It's no longer the
Yeah.
3 Mile Bridge, that's the Chapel James Bridge.
Yes.
That's right.
Understand, let's plant these seeds so we can stop saying, well, we got to go across the 3 Mile. I never do that anymore. Let's go across the Chapel James Bridge.
And
Yes,
do they
yes.
call it Chapel
No, they don't. That's what I'm trying to plant.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
planting that
Because
seed
it is the
so
Chapel
that we
James.
can call it by its name.
That's right.
And that's important. So when
Very important.
When I work with educators, that's what they're saying needs to happen. So one thing is they want the resources in the classroom, and they want to use it for field trips. They want to have pictures so they can have it in the classroom so the students can see themselves.
That's right.
So the focus groups I've been working with are ready for it.
Yeah.
Now the interesting thing, I've done it with not just Pensacola, and they're like, well, we should have it in our own city.
Right.
So people recognize the importance of telling this history
all
and the
around.
story.
Okay.
It's
All
just to
around
your
the
point,
country.
how do we do that? How do we
How?
make it happen? It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to put it in
It's
place.
going to take some work to do it because all the things that's being done now, we got to
Right.
put in
It's
double
hard.
work
Yes, yes.
to make it
But it's
happen.
going to be a turnaround.
It's- I know that.
Ugly can't always
Can't always
stay on
win, honey,
top.
'cause
That's
pretty is right around the corner.
That's right. And it's coming. I do believe that in my heart.
Now, I
with
believe that as
everything that's
well. I
happening
mean,
now.
that's why I think they're trying the things. I tell you every day. That's why it's being worked so hard to try to stop it now because you know it's not going to last.
That's right.
But you see, I also believe that, and now what I want us to start to practice, because when you plant a seed, there's something about branding. When a person says something over and over and over, you're branding that
Branded
something, right?
Yes.
So if we can get our people used to talking, let's talk about let's talk about.
Yes. Thou shalt never quit.
Yes.
Chapter
Okay,
James.
let's talk about everything that you do. Look, she got her chapter, you know, her fame. You see? I mean, because the more we talk about it, I want us to start focusing on the red cap because they branded that.
Oh, yeah. And it's horrible.
Okay, and that's what do you see my point?
Yes.
And that's right.
definitely.
And we have prominent educators here who, these ladies are going to be in the book. I brought this picture. It hadn't been colored in yet. Like I said,
Right.
we're still, but Beulah Black, how she had that school for years.
I
And
know.
what did she pass on? Maybe about 3 years ago. I'm
Yep.
not sure. And then Celestine Lewis has different schools here. When I did my student teaching at Hallmark, she was one of the teachers there, Hallmark Elementary, and it's
Miss
not
Lewis.
there anymore.
That's ooh.
And then Mamie Webb Hickson, she's
oh.
another prominent educator
Yes, she
here.
is.
They're going to be in this book. Yeah, because we, talk about, the contributions that they made. And also Dr. Garrett T. Wiggins. And what was he,
The
Pensacola-
district principal, and then the district, he moved over to the district.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he moved over. He was
Here it
at
is.
Pensacola State College, or I mean, not the
Pensacola
state.
Junior-
Excuse me.
Booker
It was. Yeah, we have to look through because there's so much going on in
It's
our
a
head.
lot.
Yeah, but he was a distinguished Escambia County educator who served as the president of Booker T. Washington Junior College, and then it merged with Pensacola Junior College in '65, and he became the director of research there.
You see,
and
it's-
that's what these kids are telling each other in the book. They're recalling all the facts that their teachers are teaching them, and they say, "Well, did you know?" So, I mean,
It's so much.
It is
I
a
mean,
lot.
it is
And
so much
Dr.
that's going
Vernon
on.
McDaniel, how
Yes.
they named the school board after him, and he was Chappie's
Right.
principal at Booker T. It was Washington at the time, and
I got
he
you.
said he was a little man, but he carried a strap.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having a big conversation today. And it's Black History, but we live this every day. There's so much that's going on that I'm finding out that happened right here in Pensacola. It causes me to just light up just like a child. It is time now that we go take our Black History moment today that's being brought to you by AHW Barber Academy and my good friends there at Joe Marston's Son Funeral Home right here on Sunshine's Corner.
The labor system that took shape in the late 19th century developed coercive means to ensure that cotton remained king. It was called convict leasing. Get arrested on a minor charge or a trumped-up charge, you could find yourself locked up and then hired out to a corporation bidding on inmate labor. The pipeline from prisons to profits in this country has deep roots.
The aftermath of slavery was in some ways worse than slavery itself. Unlike before, when someone who owned you, driving you too hard was counterproductive because you would lose your investment. Convict leasing was different. You could get them cheaper, and if you actually drove them to death, there was more where that came from.
In the 13th Amendment, which ends the institution of slavery, of course, there is a loophole. Convicts who have been convicted of a crime, they actually can be forced to work for free.
In Alabama in 1850, 99% of the people who were incarcerated were white. In Alabama by the 1880s, 85% of the people incarcerated were black. So we could have a debate about how many of those black people were actually innocent, or we could have a conversation about the use of the criminal justice system to target both the innocent and the guilty alike. That continues all the way to the present, where even today, about just under 40% of the nation's prisoners are black, and yet the African American population's about 13%. They are snatching up bodies everywhere to fuel this system.
The idea in which more money can be made out of their incarceration is still very much part of our criminal justice system.
Baby, honey, if I do, I'll let you know because I'm working on it. And welcome back. I tell you what, we're having a great conversation right here today. Let me say thank you to our Black History sponsors. That will be AA70 Barber Academy, where you can get your certificate in just 8 months and become your own boss. Thank you to my good friends there at Joe Morrison's Son Funeral Home. Make sure you call on David because he understands where you are. And back to the episode that we've got going on today that happened. That happened right here. That happened right here. We're talking about the education, the knowledge that we have to share with all the work that you're doing in writing these books. Something else I want to translate to our younger people. Yes. Do something else. I understand how technology is. Things have changed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Write you a book.
Yes.
Pick up something, write a book.
Yes.
If you want to do that, write a book.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because I want to get this out of their heads and understand, everybody can't sing, everybody can't rap, everybody can't play football, everybody can't play basketball, but you have talent. Dr. Sharon, Dr. Vincent, come on.
Yeah.
There are other titles in hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are other titles in soul singing. Now, if you're that lucky one that really got a voice and you can sing, go for it. But I tell everybody this, even though you may have that talent, put something in your back pocket that you can fall on. Get your education first.
Get your education.
Knowledge is power.
Nobody can ever take that from you.
Nobody can take that knowledge away from you.
Yeah. Like I was sharing with you about Estevanico.
Talk about Estevanico.
Well,
and he's a black.
He was a black Moor and explorer. He came here in Pensacola way back in like the 1600s. And he was one of them that explored this area, and he was a black man. He was with other Spaniards.
Right.
And they have his likeness on a building right there under the interstate. And I wish I could think of the name of the street, but it's by the municipal pool.
Okay,
so people can drive by and see that. But I learned about Estevanico. Right. You'll see it and go, wow. And because when we were on our field trip one time, I said, it's Estevanico. And Bridget and Vincent said, who? What you talking about? Estevanico, pull over there. Because I remember him from an Afro-American history game. They had all these older black history people, Jesse Jackson, all their pictures, James Brown, all these type of people. But my mother bought me that game in Rachel in '72, and we used to play it all the time. And not even thinking
but look how
that
we were
being
educated
right
with the game.
Right.
Yes.
And that's why I tell my students, I said education is learning, and you don't even realize you may be in a conversation with someone 20 years from now.
That's right.
And then you say, wow, I remember I learned that in Dr. Gaston's class.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what I tell them all the time. You're going to say, oh, I love that lady.
Certainly. I mean, but it's a great thing that you're doing what you're doing and taking the time to put into it. And I love to see the camaraderie that I see here. I mean, because it's beautiful because you all know the final, what you're working toward.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Even though we may disagree on what color that is, but still, that's not going to stop us.
No,
That's right.
no.
Because we see the end result.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You know, the end result is what we're after.
look
And
ahead.
I always think like this: 2 or 3 heads are better than one.
Definitely. Definitely.
Because you
And
bring
that's-
different things.
Yes, thank
Things
you.
Vincent has said, Bridget has said, and we'll like, what? Okay, let me look that. Like Bridget sent us information about what's Miss Blackman who just
Oh
passed.
God, yes.
Yeah, and what a pillar she was here in the community, and she had the bookstore and all that. So we're going to try to feature that in our next one, or if not, the next one.
Exactly.
But she's going to be in there because
Exactly.
she was an
She
icon.
was.
And how I looked up some more about her, and how she was a trainer at Paris Island.
That's right.
The Marines. She didn't play.
No wonder she was like
obviously.
this. Hey, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard she was tough.
She was.
Yeah.
I can remember
would
the
love
last
to
phone
talk
call.
with
I
her
need to talk to
family.
you, baby.
You'd be like,
Yes, ma'am. Somebody has a question. Want to say something this morning? Let's see who this is. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. This is Ardelia.
Hi, Ardelia.
I am listening to your show, and I had so many things going through my mind, Black history and books and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But one of the things that I wanted to share was if your panel wants to know the history of Pensacola, try interviewing people like me who grew up with all those teachers.
Yes.
Come on now.
oh,
Yes,
tell her,
yes.
yes. We will.
That grew up with all those teachers that found it necessary that we learn stuff.
That's right.
They were teaching us all, because when I was in elementary school, we only got a week for Black history.
Well,
Yep.
But every day they taught us something.
A week.
We had to do 1 week, yeah.
Wow.
It used to be called Negro History Week.
sure was.
Yep.
And every year, we always had to do a report on a prominent person.
Uh-huh.
And that's how we learned about our history. I don't know how they're teaching it in schools today because I don't have anybody in the school system.
Right, right.
But children, I mean, we learned stuff. It might have seemed like mediocre stuff back then, but it is important today because even the names of the schools that she was talking about, Bar, Spencer Bills has a history too. Okay, all the Black schools that were in Pensacola have history. So I advise them to interview people from like 1979 classes of 1979 back.
I'm going to give them your phone number.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is Miss Ardelia.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I'm going to give them your phone number, my
Yes,
girl.
we'd love to talk
Okay.
with you.
I think that's
And
yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
And another thing, when I was coming up, they used to tell us smart people read. Okay,
That
that's all
part.
they said.
That's
Smart
it.
people
Yes.
read.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
But
I'm
now-
going to give her your phone number.
Yes,
Ardelia.
yes.
And I have a book. My mama used to read to us every night. I have this book called "It's Only a Page per Short Stories," and it's called 365 Bedtime Stories. So that means it was a story for every night. Okay.
Okay.
And that book is older than I am but I still have it.
Valuable asset.
Yes.
Yes.
If you stop trying to buy children PlayStations and bicycles, give them some books.
That's
okay.
right.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Give them some books.
That's right.
Uh,
Give them that 365-day book.
That's
That'll
right.
give them a different
Yes.
story every day.
Every day.
every night. It was just a little short story, but it was still a story, you know.
Exactly.
You look for your mama reading to you before you go to bed. But people like me, I had some wonderful teachers in elementary school. So
Makes a difference.
and just so that Lily James wasn't the only kindergarten teacher in Pensacola. Okay.
Wow.
She
Look at
said,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
telling you, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, you are the greatest. Thank you, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. I mean, you can tell what history will do
Yes.
when it
That's
starts.
Yes.
That's right.
You see how she went to going back and thinking about the things that affected her?
Yes.
That's how we got to get these into the young people's hands today. We got another phone call.
They pass it on.
Okay, I mean, this is beautiful. People want to talk to you.
I
Educate
love
her.
it.
See?
We love
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. How you doing?
Wonderful.
I just wanted to call in and speak to my our fellow authors and my fellow doctors, and I wanted to say good morning to y'all. And I just want to congratulate them on that great concept that they come up with. I think it's so beautiful listening to the stories, and I always just love history. And our young people need to know history. They
Exactly.
just need it. It's educational, and two, if they don't know the history, they'll fall back into it, and then they have to repeat it again. So it's great that they're doing it now. And I wanted to ask your guests if they don't mind saying, like, what did they get their doctoral degrees in?
Wait a minute, Dr. Martin.
I have my doctorate in educational leadership and supervision.
There you go.
And mine is in doctorate in curriculum design and instructional technology.
Now.
Oh, great, great.
Okay, Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin, thank
you.
Y'all keep up the great work, and I
Thank
can't wait
you.
to get my hand on a copy of the book.
All right now.
That's so exciting.
It is. All right. And I'll tell you, everybody, now he is a supporter.
Yes.
When there is something that's going on that needs to be supported, he's going to be the first one that does it.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely get this information from you too, because
Exactly.
it's about making the connections. But what Miss Ardelia was saying, yes, because I was telling Vincent while we're here, we need to find people. I know definitely want to go and speak with Gussie.
Yep.
Because she's here and hear about her experiences with the record shop and all those different things. I'm going to talk to Byron.
Yes.
And the people at Dwarf Drive and just around here in general.
It's
I know we
so
can
much
find.
knowledge right here.
Yes.
And you know, I was talking to, I think right here, this is going to be our Black Wall Street.
Yes, and it basically was.
It was.
It was
that
the Black
This
Wall
was the
Street.
business
It was the
district,
business-
doctors, lawyers. I mean, people were around. We were here.
Yes.
So
Right,
we
and
remember
this-
on truth. Yes,
Yes.
right here.
All of this.
Maybe that's why I think God does things that, ahead of time, and maybe that's what we're bringing back. This could be the Black Wall Street, okay,
It
the
can
updated version, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. But it's still going to be that place where you've got so much history here. There
Yes.
shouldn't be anything else but.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And thank you, Dr. Martin. We appreciate you.
Y'all have a blessed
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. I mean, when you think about it, when you with your students. History, when you just memorize history,
Right.
there's a difference when you are, when you not just memorize it, you feel it, you experience it, what you're talking about.
That's right.
I think that caused it to stick and resonate more. And the way that you teach, and I hear how you teach your kids, it's got to be, they are experiencing
Yes,
history.
they are.
yes.
Because I had, when we were, had Dr. Martin Luther King earlier, and so, because he's fading out. A lot of, like I said, these kids are 13 and 14. They couldn't even name "I Have a Dream" speech. Kids used to be able to say, what was his famous say? "I have a dream."
That's right.
Dr. Martin Luther the King.
That's right.
They knew that.
That's right.
So I made sure that these children knew that, and I gave all of them a quote, memorize it, like when you go to church on Easter, Christmas, and then they had to tell me what that speech meant, what that little quote meant. Just small little quotes here and there. The ones who really could do it, I gave them bigger ones. But,
Exactly.
and then tell me how it connects to your life.
Exactly.
You got to understand what this means. And I tell them all the time, again, when you, in the future,
right
somebody's going to, that one. when you talk about this, you may hear people talking about these things, and you could say, oh yeah, I remember that, and I learned that, and this is what I learned.
Exactly.
And that's what you model good. That's
what-
what's important. And
Yes.
you're sharing that, and I think that's what's important. And we have to understand how to do that more. Like
I
that's the
agree
thing.
with you 100%.
It's one thing to tell someone something, but if you're not modeling, making it engaging, making
Right.
them see themselves in that story,
Making them see themselves.
it doesn't.
It
work.
doesn't.
It
The
doesn't
effect is
stick.
not there
It's
anymore.
not, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation because we got to go take another break. But when we come back, I want to talk about the fact that with all and the reason why we are here able to do what we're doing now is because of the ones that have transitioned on, like Dr. King. If they had not thought to fight what they did, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now.
That's right.
So if we don't continue to keep that alive, because I see on social media they have kids, who's Dr. King? I don't know.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But we got to teach them, people. We've got to teach them. We're going to talk about that more when we return right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to a conversation I think that we should have more often. And today I want you to realize, now if you did not get to watch the show this morning, it will play a game this afternoon at 6 o'clock. So I will repost it so you can make sure that you tell everybody, don't miss out on all of this knowledge that's being shared for you today. That's absolutely free. And what we're talking about here, I mean, like Dr. Vincent, Dr. Sharon, we were talking about the fact of what we're losing with our kids today.
Yes.
How important it is we as a people to make sure that we keep that top of mind.
Right.
So that it won't get lost.
Right.
It's so important because even with the kids now, if you just randomly ask a child, if you say Medgar Evers, they're going to say, who?
Who? I know, and it's heartbreaking.
It breaks your heart.
And I do. I teach that to my students. My daughter was saying to me,
your daughter?
How to talk.
It's all good. It's all good.
But she was saying, Mama, you think you're supposed to be saying all of that? I said, yes.
That's right.
I do, and my door wide open at
That's
work
right.
when I'm teaching.
There you go.
And so it's like,
we need more educators like you.
Yeah, you want to get mad at me? Then come on, what? But serious, because I want those students to walk out and remember these things and the connections and how this happened. Everything stands on something.
Yes. That's right.
You know, because I was telling them about Dr. King and how he got his name.
That's right. Oh, they didn't even realize his name was Michael.
Yes, and the father was so impressed with Martin Luther.
That's right.
And when he went to Germany.
Yes,
and
they don't know
were
that.
like,
what? Now, this is amazing. I asked an adult that question 2 days ago. They didn't know it.
Yeah. So I told the kids, one day you'll be like, wow, I'm glad I paid attention.
Exactly. But you know, I want to say this too. I think it's utterly important that we do this, ladies and gentlemen. Red, yellow, black, white, or brown. Our history connects.
Yes,
it's all interconnected.
It's all interconnected. So therefore, I believe from the bottom of my heart, my culture, if you don't know it, learn it.
Learn it. That's
If I don't know yours, I'm going to seek to find out.
Yes.
That's right.
But don't try to dismantle
Yeah.
something as
That I
important
have.
Yes.
that I have.
Yes.
Because I'm not trying to take yours.
Right.
Because if you learn who I am, do you understand what I'm saying? Then we
Yes.
can all come together, because it's utterly important that I learned today that Dr. Cobb was a black man right
A
there.
black man.
Dr. Cobb
And
is
he
a-
was funding with his own dime.
own dime.
Baseball, football teams, you know.
I
And he
mean,
was a medical
Brown
physician.
Barge,
Yes.
black
Brown
people.
Barge. It's just so amazing, you know, how that is. These are hidden gems.
I tell you, we're down to the last 2 minutes. What would you like to, now if you had to say something right now to a person who's lacking in their black history,
Yes.
what would you say?
Read.
Thank you.
You have to read. You get off of that internet
Uh-huh.
and that is the Go to the library and
Pick up
read.
a
But you
book.
can pick stuff up if you do some research online. You just have to read and you have to process it.
That's right.
And then talk about it.
Exactly.
You know, get in places. If you have to be around a bunch of intellectuals or whatever,
That's
but
right.
just talk about it to your child, especially parents. Get your children out to festivals and things that are happening in the city. That's what I love about Pensacola now, is how we're embracing the Juneteenth
Yes.
and the different.
And it's a great event they do every year.
Yes.
And don't be afraid. I want to add to that. Don't be afraid that you
30
don't have
seconds.
the knowledge.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Parents, educators, this is a way of learning. We are even learning from what we're doing now.
Exactly.
So approach it like you were saying. Learn other cultures. It's okay not to know it,
That's right.
but
learn
explore
it.
it.
That's
learn
right.
it.
Come on, listen, it's okay not to, but explore it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
See, doctor, you know how to
Discover.
talk. You coming out of it at the end.
Right? He all, ooh.
Or he ready enough to come. And then, look, I mean, But look, I cannot tell you how much I have enjoyed this.
We
I have
love
been
you,
educated so much today
Yes.
on things that I was not aware of, that I want to continue to share.
Yes.
And please make sure you keep in touch with me
Oh,
so that we can
definitely.
continue this, so that we can educate our community, because so many they do not know.
Can I add one more thing?
Yes.
Please go to PensacolaGems.com. There's resources and things that we'll be putting out there. So even if you don't want to read a book, look at the internet. If you use your computer,
PensacolaGems.com.
Pensacola Gems.
GEMS.
GEMS.com.
Yes.
Gem.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a gem today. I mean, I tell you, I've got to get out of here, but I got to leave you as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in whatever you do, I'll guarantee you this, you will be a total success. So until tomorrow for another day of sunshine, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Go out and tell somebody that you love them for real. Until then, keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day. Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.